Welcome to the fourth game of the Cape Schools Week in Rondebosch. It's a blinder coming up, ladies and gentlemen. A SACS change with SACS. They've been the standout team really in the Western Cape this year, besides for Paul Boys, obviously. SACS getting a famous, and I'm going to say it a third time, famous victory over Paul Jim a few weeks ago after being 19 points to 0 down, winning 22-19, and that was the first time they beat Paul Jim since 1996. But anyways, we've got SACS, who are ranked 7th, and we've got Selborne, who are ranked 15th. SACS to keep their place. They need a victory. They got a big game on Monday as well against Grey. They can't afford to lose. Selborne, on the other hand, well, Stephen, they're 15th, and a win against SACS can push them far up the rankings.
Look, things are going to change over the course of this tournament, and we're all nervously excited for various reasons here today. Selborne got a lot to prove. It's been a team with a lot of talent, a couple of unfortunate injuries, but mixed results. Notably a good win against Grey Bloom a couple of weeks ago. They'll take that confidence into this game, but for me, the clash of day one certainly today is SACS and Selborne.
Agreed. And also, if we just look at the form of both these two teams this year, SACS have had a tough road. They have played 4 teams in the top 20, winning 3 of those, losing 1 to Paul Russ. Their captain, Lucky Jalepu, wasn't available in that outing. On the other hand, Selborne, well, they played 6 of the top 20 teams, losing 5 out of the 6, but they got a very, very famous victory against Craig College, as Stephen mentioned, number 2 in the country, with a last-minute Thomas Bursey try, and it's going to take something like that again to overcome the SACS team.
Look, I think Selborne are going as the underdogs away from home. They've got a lot to prove, and I'll tell you, if we've seen anything this morning, we're going to see more of that come this afternoon, because there's a lot of passion here. I think this is the stage, and as a young boy growing up, to be a part of this Cape Schools Festival, the oldest rugby festival in South Africa, I believe it started in about 1980. It may well have been Keith Andrews with Selborne that day and Andy Kirsten for SACS that day. Not sure who was victorious, but the rivalry's grown over the years, and with introduction. And just a quick shout out to Adam Robertson, of course became a father this week, and hence is not with the touring party. And away we go.
And that's Kutsa. It's an interesting kick. It hasn't gone 10 meters. SACS will have the first scrum, no doubt. The ref is just checking with David Hayes, who is the stand-in captain today. He's appeared as captain a few times before, when they played Paul Russ, when Lucky Jalepu was injured. And Jack Zimmerman has to take over Lucky Jalepu's position at scrum off. Zimmerman also playing in that game against Paul Russ. He's also a live wire at scrum off. Even though Jalepu's not there, this man will step up.
A nervous start by Selborne. I'm sure SACS would want to capitalise early. It's all about momentum, so a little bit of a disaster there from the initial kickoff, but I'm sure the nerves will settle soon.
So here come SACS. Can they get a good shove on? Zimmerman is at the base, and here's David Hayes on the left. Geordie Hop running the switchboard. Here's Zederberg, and a bit of nerves, and he's coughed it up, and that's a great result for Selborne.
It's to be expected on a big stage like this. The guys know what's at stake here today. And hence it's going to take a few minutes, but they'll feel each other out, and I'm sure we're going to see some very, very entertaining rugby here this afternoon.
SACS also coming off a good victory against Wynberg last week, 37 points to 20. They're a team that likes to play with the ball in hand, with their strike runners. Chad van der Loo, in number 12, is also very strong. Scored a wonderful brace of tries last week in that fixture. Mitchell Collin is going to have the feed. It's unsteady at the moment at scrum time. Mountford, Connellan, Kutsa taking it on the line. And it's been knocked on by Kushlane. And here comes SACS now. They got a chance to put a counter-attacking platform here as they find Van der Loo back on the inside to Zederberg. And he's got toes. Mr. Jet Shoes. He's got Mazzallo on his right. Decides to go on his own. Selborne in the red zone now. Can SACS capitalize and get an early score? Here's Craig Berlin crashing it up. 6 meters out for SACS. David Hayes. Oliver Skurmans flings it out the backdoor pass. Here's Declan O'Connor, who's in for CJ Kemefuna. He's in that Western Province Craven weak side. Good hands there by Bernard and Ethan Berger, but unfortunately he has coughed it up. Selborne on the attack.
Early opportunity to counter-attack here for Selborne. Good continuity from SACS, but he's got through. He's broken the line. Looking for support. Nobody close by. Probably need to set up a ruck here. Support there now. Go left again down the touchline. Innovative stuff off the ball again. Just looking up as he received the pass, unfortunately. That's 2 or 3 times that's happened in the first 2 minutes of this encounter. But there's certainly some spark out there.
Tell you what, Sibashle Kushlane, the number 12. It was a brilliant break by him. 30-meter bust. And Selborne definitely have their strike runners. Also watch out for the Sergio Parise of their team. Adam Mountford. He's got a Sharks bursary. And he's a beast of nature.
That 8, 9, 10 channel, of course, going to be very important for Selborne today. Underfoot, not exactly ideal, but we've seen it's held up pretty well today, regardless of the rain that's fallen over the last couple of days. And SACS to put in the ball.
The fascinating thing is, Stephen, it rained yesterday. Not raining today. Scheduled to rain tomorrow, but scheduled to be sunny on Monday. So just perfect for the festival.
It's a glorious day in Cape Town today, guys. I'll tell you what, it is an absolute privilege, having spent 18 years in the Eastern Cape and 18 years in the Western Cape, to be able to have spent all of it in the Cape. And we come together here today for the famous Cape Schools Rugby Festival, and we haven't been short of entertainment so far.
Zimmerman with the feed. Finds David Hayes, the Bernard Foley runner-like, and hop. And he just about offloads the ball every single time. And it's play on. The hot stepper, Aaron Zederberg. And the ref signals. We're going to come back probably for forward pass or the knock on there, Stephen.
Knock on, lots of space to move in there, but a little pity that we didn't get to see more of that movement. But now for the first time in the game, Selborne, almost 5 minutes in here, have an opportunity with an attacking scrum, sort of halfway between their 22 and the halfway line. Players lined up to the left, but there's certainly an opportunity if you can get the right shoulder on here for maybe 8, 9, 14 to loop to the right here. A lot of open space. I see SACS are now aware of it.
So Mitchell Connellan with the feed. It's going to be interesting to see what they can conjure up here. Got loads of options. And it's a big man, Mountford.
They have gone right.
Good running there by Mitchell Connellan. At fullback is Jason Rubbenheimer there.
No shortage of physicality going to come the way of SACS from Selborne today. Now we get to see the outside backs in action, and there's number 10. David Kutsa, early touch. Ball's presented well. They come back to the right-hand side. And at number 2, Mark Venter carries up again. Strong run once again from him. Quick ball here to the right now. It's on. Numbers here. Inside pass. Rubbenheimer looks to the inside. And that was knocked down by SACS play. Intentionally it may have been. And it's a penalty to Selborne. 10 meters out.
That was a great inside ball by the captain in the red scrum cap, Andre Rust. And there's a little bit of Royal Rumble here almost.
Very unfortunate disciplinary issue there from number 8 for Selborne, Adam Mountford. They had the opportunity 10 meters out and it's been turned around.
So both teams seeming to get out of jail when they've been under the cosh. And Michael Abrams, Geordie Hop is the kicker for Poles, but Abrams has also got a good boot. And when Hop has been out, he has delivered. Abrams, and that's just a great touch finder there, Stephen.
Excellent touch finder, takes play up towards the halfway line. Lineups lining up just in front of our box now. We'll get a close look at this. Be interesting to see where SACS choose to throw the ball early in this line out.
It's also a wonderful opportunity for Ethan England. He's in for Anati Kalipa, who's made the Academy Week team, and this is a good line out. Zimmerman, Chad van der Loo, plays with a lot of pride and passion, does the first centre, but it looks like he might be held up.
He's been held up, managed to get it to ground. SACS go right again.
And yes, Nishin Naidu looks like a late replacement in the SACS team. Connellan having a bit of a nightmare there, but it's a penalty to SACS.
I think it was 2 knock-ons, and we're going to have a scrum down to Selborne just near the halfway centre of the field. Options both ways now. Be interesting to see the playmakers now. Again, I'll be looking for Mountford, Connellan and Kutsa, 8, 9 and 10. And of course, in the midfield there, we've already seen from Sibashle Kuklane. He's got some serious skill in the midfield, and he'll be looking to make another line break here.
If that first run of his was anything to go by, he can definitely show what he has. Great line runner.
Robenheimer also lurking on the right here in front of our screen. Another penalty to Selborne. Scrumming upwards is the call. There's quite a bit happening in the front row early on here. The teams are certainly feeling each other out. They know what's at stake, and things are pretty heated on early on in this encounter.
I think the front rows look as cunning as a bag of weasels at the moment, causing drama around there. Interesting kick there. And the number 2, Mark Venter, is going to have the feed. Selborne with an opportunity to put SACS under pressure. Finds his number 4, Grant Meyer. They got 2 very good locks to Selborne and Meyer and Nieuwenhuizen. And it's bread and butter stuff here around ruck time.
Choosing the short side, taking it up. We're going to work away at that short side. I'm seeing we're going to a lot of pods here, a lot of standoffs, a lot of crash balls from number 2 again. Mark Venter crashing it up, being held up in the interim. He's going to try and get to ground. This is great work by SACS holding him up here. He manages to get to ground just in time. And again, this time they're going to go wide. Lovely loop around. Through the gap. Beautifully presented. As we go into another phase here from Selborne. David Kutzer starting to show something, what we've heard a lot about.
And here's the number 4, Grant Meyer. Good run by him, but equally good defense by SACS. Number 3, Cameron Moody is at the base, taking over at scrum off there. And here's Mountford. He's a big handful, is the number 8.
Nice to see someone just slowing it down, getting a few phases together, crashing it up, getting some continuity, and now they go wide.
Robenheimer, what can he do? Finds a bit of room here. Back on the inside to Kushlane. And Selborne now, about 15 meters out. Can they strike first? Number 2, Mark Venter finds Kutzer, flings it out to Mountford. And Andre Rust might have lost the board, or
come
is it
off the boot there? It's come off the boot. It's play on, says the referee. Opportunities, number of phases put together, lovely. And back to come right again. There's numbers out here. It's going to be crashed up again, set up again.
So Selborne here, Stephen, with a wonderful opportunity to get points against the team who is 7th in the country. But SACS, they like this choke tackle. More signaled there. And it's a turnover. And I tell you what, Stephen, SACS have used that tactic, the choke tackle, about 1,000 times this season, and it's paid off about 800 of those 1,000 times.
They kept their cool under pressure there and managed to turn the ball over. And Selborne will be very disappointed, but that's very positive. They'll be very encouraged by the number of phases they managed to string together there. Kept possession of the ball very, very nicely. And look forward to seeing a bit more of that.
So SACS will need a big scrum here just to relieve the pressure. So the ball's either probably going to go to Geordie Hop or Abrams to clear. But they need a good scrum first. Zimmerman at the base. And they go blind. Interesting maneuver there. Nisha Naidu in the multicolored scrum cap. And he flings it away. And Abrams, sensible kick there. Selborne now on the attack.
Someone would like to convert this pressure into points early on. I think first blood here is going to be very important in this encounter. Clearly a lot of nerves out there. It seems like it has settled slightly though. Starting to see more continuity in the game as we go to another set play here. Selborne to throw the ball in. Nicely taken at the front. Comes out. Different move with 9 playing off wide. 10 in a different pocket. Robenheimer on the switch and he's put it down. Once again looking up there, unfortunately, before the ball was taken.
Cederberg, this time with the clearance. Doesn't find touch, but the chase is equally as great. Might be a high tackle here. Isn't. Ref rules penalty to SACS.
Great work again, unfortunately, the penalty there, but Mark Venter, courageous under the high ball. He's already carried 3 or 4 balls up. I'm sure he's been watching a bit of Malcolm Marks lately, and he's certainly been in everything. Very encouraging from the number 2 for Selborne.
So SACS have done well to get out of jail a few times, but SACS can be absolutely devastating when they get the ball rolling. Ethan England, what an opportunity for him. in place of Anati Kalipa. Ethan England. Can he execute the line out? And find Sean Minor to Zimmerman. Hayes. In the back line is Declan O'Connor, the blindside flanker. Nishan Naidu's over the ball. Zimmerman, Hayes, Fundaloo. Loose pass, and here's the crazy frog, Mazzallo, on the right wing. Zimmerman. Good run by the lock forward. It's a head up over the 10-meter line. Zimmerman wants quick ball. It's done well there, Zimmerman, and he's going to have a go himself, but the Selborne defense is great, and they're trying to do the choke tackle here. Hold up. Good defense by Selborne.
Beautifully held up. Waiting for that whistle to go now, surely. Yes, and they've done it. Turned over, held up. First time that SACS have put a couple of phases together. Looked just as exciting with ball in hand. And both sides obviously equally deft on defense. Holding their opposition counterparts up nicely, forcing the turnover. And at the moment, not much between the two sides, I must say, Justin.
I agree, Stephen. And Selborne just giving SACS a taste of their own medicine. They're using the choke tackle. It's almost like a test match encounter here in this opening 13 minutes. No one really dominating.
Well, until you've played a test match, I think this is like a test match encounter. A lot of pride. A lot of things change, but the tradition between these two schools and the rivalry only grows. Selborne feed the scrum now. Opportunity for Conlon. He goes right again. Beautifully taken up again by Sepakle Kuklane. Setting the ball available. Again, Conlon to the right. Kutsa with a clearing kick straight down the middle of the park.
Cederberg. Abrams. This is where SACS are great. Cederberg again. He's got hop on his outside, but Mr. Dancing Shoes has other ideas and takes it back into traffic. Zimmerman. David Hayes. Fires it away. Josh Barrett. He likes to run with the ball in hand, does Josh Barrett, the tight head prop. Under pressure there. Zimmerman. Chad van der Loo, the number 12. Gets through an awful lot of work. Penalty to SACS. They'll probably have a shot at touch here. Stephen?
Yeah, I must say, number 11 here for SACS remind me a lot of Dylan Lates on the wing here. Seems to have a lot of time on the ball, very calm, steps off both feet, very nimble, lanky character. SACS now getting the better of a few of the moments within the game. They're going to have the opportunity to have an attacking line out now. Let's hope for a good kick down the left here. Sets it up exactly where they want it, on the 22-yard line, on attack. SACS to feed, best opportunity of the game ahead.
It's a promising chance here for SACS. Ethan England can deliver. They've got a lot of firepower, SACS. They've got a good forward pack. Their backline strong and attacking. And they go to the backline. David Hayes, Chad van der Loo. Nishan Naidu is in support. Wonderful chance for him today. Ethan Berger, the loose head prop. David Hayes. He's got a good step, but that's great defense by Selborne, hitting him hard. And here is Stompy. Storm Bolshin up the middle. Zimmerman. Josh Barrett getting a lot of tempo here are SACS. Zimmerman, Naidu, hitting it up the middle, taking his chance. Ethan Berger, they call him Big Rig, with that scrum cap, the loose head prop. David Hayes, Cederberg. Bounce out of the tackle there of Indonesia. Hayes has to play at scrum off. Storm Bolshin. Mazzallo is also in the ruck there. Zimmerman, Hayes back on the inside, and Michael Abrams, can he finish? Great run by the fullback. SACS with a golden opportunity. Looks like they have the advantage. Zimmerman, Big Rig with a wonderful pass. And guess who it is? It is Geordie Hop. And he receives a pass by the loose head prop Ethan Berger. What a start for SACS.
Beautiful rugby by SACS. That's all one can say there. Selborne was stretched in defense. They held on for a while. Unfortunately, it was ominous, and they went wide and scored 15 meters in from the right-hand touchline with a conversion to come. First blood to SACS. 12 minutes left in the first half. Good time to score. Can they make it 7? And the pressure's certainly on Selborne now after the early altercations.
Geordie Hop. Well, for those of you who don't know, he was born in the Netherlands. Only started playing rugby when he was 15 or 16. And he really is the Dutch prodigy. We like to call him the wizard. He's got a bag of tricks, kicks for poles. He's got a wonderful offload. He's got a wonderful intercept try last week. Can he add the extras for his team? Geordie Hop.
As we've seen in all the games, apart from, of course, the Muir game earlier today, the Eastern Cape sides found themselves behind early on and rallied back valiantly. A lovely strike from the corner, and it's over. It's 7-0 to SACS.
Wonderful kick there by the Dutch wizard. If you just see the replay and the try, look at the hands of Ethan Berger, the loose head prop. Props around the world would be absolutely proud of that. That was phenomenal from him.
Kept his cool there. Some props would have gone on their own there.
And you watch this front row of SACS. They're really dynamic. They hang in the back line as well. Go through a lot of ball carries. Zimmerman. And there they are again. There's Ethan England. There's an overlap here. Yes, Geordie Hop. And it's a rough sort of a pass to Zederberg. But he's got a lot of time on the ball. Yeah, does Aaron Zederberg. Sets off on a bit of a journey. But he's eventually pulled to ground. Zimmerman. David Hayes this time with an educated boot. And here's danger. Craig Boleyn hacks it ahead. And there's a chance here. Selborne doing water cover, and then Hop knocks it on.
Unfortunate for SACS there. They had Selborne on the ropes. A little rustiness there from Robenheimer. He went late and unfortunately didn't quite get there, but it was too late. He was committed, left the ball behind, and another opportunity for SACS there. Selborne will count their lucky stars there to only be 7-0 down still at this point.
Indeed, SACS are really starting to get this engine going. When they really get in motion, it's really difficult to stop them. With their runners like Zederberg, their great centre combination in Vanderloo and Hop, and then you got the pacemen out wide in Mazzallo and Abrahams.
Declan O'Connor rejoins the team after being injured in back play. He was down. It looked quite severe, but he's back on his feet and joining the scrum. I think what happened in front of him might have encouraged him back to his feet there, 50 metres downfield from where the injury occurred, and it's SACS's ball again.
Keen to get things going again. And watch out for Zederberg. Inside David Hayes' channel. Loop around to Zederberg. Offloads it to Vanderloo, but that's a knock-on, and the race is on here.
And the yellow boots are after it. It's a foot race. Who's going to get there first? Oh, diving on the player is going to get away with that. No, you won't. Didn't stay on his feet. Went straight to ground on the player. And SACS have gone quickly.
Sean Manar. Tap and go from the number 5. He's had a stormer of a season. And here's Boleyn. There's an overlap here. Chad Vanderloo looking for Hop. Decides, oh, what an offload to Hop. He found him. Can you believe it? Out the back door from Geordie Hop.
Robenheimer making up for an earlier mistake. They're making the tackle in the corner there. Selborne have turned the ball over now. And I think they'll just want to relieve the pressure and get out of their own 22 as the kick is sent downfield, but not into touch.
Abrahams. Zederberg. He's been very promising in these opening exchanges, and look at him go, Zederberg. Playing with so much flair. SACS almost on the 22. Nishan Naidu, he's done well, the replacement flanker. Picking it up and going. Bread and butter stuff here. David Hayes. Josh Barrett, the tight head prop. Setting it up. It's a good platform here for SACS. Enjoying this possession. David Hayes goes back to the right. Boleyn, Abrahams. And here's Storm Bolshin. It's wonderful stuff here by SACS. And Selborne, they'll only be able to defend for so long.
The Selborne guys seem half disorientated out there at the moment. Zederberg is running rings. And again. Oh, yes, turnover. Kick downtown. It's on the toe, but no one's chasing. Relieving for Selborne. They would have needed that. The boys look very tired. No chasers. They look out on their feet at the moment.
Zederberg is going to have a go. He's got plenty of meters in this opening. 20-odd minutes. And Zimmerman comes away with it. Had a good game so far in place of Lucky Tlepu. David Hayes at scrum off, steps and goes. There's been some lovely line breaks here from SACS in this last 10 minutes, and they've got the penalty as well.
And they go quick again. Selborne not back 10 meters at 6s and 7s here. And this is going to be a card.
That could prove to be vital, Stephen.
Who is it? I'm just trying to work out who it is there. Right in front of the uprights. And I would have thought maybe the advantage could have been played there because SACS did go quickly and the Selborne guys were nowhere. In fact, it is, if we can... Looks like number 7 for Selborne, Andre Rist, is going to spend the rest of this half in the sin bin. And I'll tell you what, after this kick, whether it should go over or not, Selborne will be very lucky to keep the scores the same until half-time.
It's very crucial to lose your captain for 10 minutes. But anyways, Geordie Hop, he won't mind that. He's got a simple kick, the Dutch wizard. Can he execute and can he stretch the lead to 10 points? With 7 minutes to go of the first half. Hop then. Lines up his kick, Hop. Simple strike. And
Hop,
he's got
hop.
it over. Good kick from Hop,
And
Hop,
away.
Hop.
10 duck is the score with 6.5 minutes left in the first half. SACS have really taken this game and they've run with it. I mean, it's been very, very entertaining rugby. Lovely hands, some great vision, some great individual skills as well. I don't want to hop on about it too much so early on in the game, but I must say Aaron Zederberg has been something to behold this far in this game.
And SACS, they decide to play on.
Another poor restart from Selborne.
There's been 2 like that, and SACS will take advantage with their strike runners. Abrahams this time and fly off as a show and go. Michael Abrahams doesn't have anybody with him, so he's going to have to be patient here, and he does a remarkable job to stay on his feet. SACS still with the job, still with the ball. Hayes at scrum off again. Sends it to Jean Menard, one of the standout players in the SACS team. Zimmerman. Storm Bolshin heading it up. Mobile lock pairing. Hayes. Mazzallo. Ben Mazzallo. Back to Hayes. It's just breathtaking stuff at the moment from SACS. Their hand speed with the ball in hand is unbelievable. And look at that dummy again by Storm Bolshin. Boy,
Selborne
slow.
has 6s and 7s, yeah. They're holding on. They need to hold on till half-time. They need to get into that change room 10-0 down. Will they be able to? Doing their utmost to hold the ball down, but it's presented again as SACS come towards us down the left-hand side of the field. And it's on again here.
Brilliant stuff there by
Tripping
Ethan
over his
Berger.
own feet, unfortunately.
Ethan Berger, who set up that play, and then Hop, like you said, tripping over his feet. Josh Barrett, the tight head prop. SACS sniffing a chance for some more points before the half ends, and Thunderloo gathers its play on, and here comes Selborne.
Opportunity for a breakaway. If I would just put this on the toe downtown. Let's get out of our territory. That's a good net result for Selborne. They'll take the line out. They'll want to... Oh, it's come off the tree, but maybe next year they can cut those back a little bit.
They won't cut it back, Stephen. Even in my day, those trees were still there. And a few games ago, the ball looked like it was going out and hit the tree and just bounced back in, play on.
Well, if it wasn't for active guard a couple of weeks ago in the weather, we wouldn't have had a video board in the corner there. Only place it could fit in. Very useful addition to the event this year.
So, SACS winning the territory battle here. Wonderful take by Menard, Ethan Berger, and here's Chad Thunderloo crashing it up. That's a great run by the number 12, Geordie Hop, and he's really everywhere, this bloke. The number 13 picking up and going, and he's got the penalty. Decision time, but
like
Hop's going.
Illegally so, and of course SACS want to go quickly again. They've got all the momentum. Selborne have not got back 10.
Good run there by Bolshin. And here's Berlin running hard and straight. Craig Berlin, open side flanker. Zimmerman, Hayes, Ethan England, great hands there, but unfortunately, and look at that play from Zederberg to keep that alive. That's great stuff, really. Keeping the ball alive. Nick Maurer, the SACS coach, will be delighted with this opening 25 minutes by SACS. Zimmerman, Berger, the blue set prop, looking on the inside for the inside ball. He's got a remarkable skill set. And here's Josh Barrett again. Boy, do the SACS forwards get involved with the ball in hand. And it's a penalty to Selborne. Selborne's defense has been great.
Welcome relief for Selborne. I think SACS could have well been further ahead at this point during the game. So it's about counting down the clock now. 2.5 minutes to half-time. Let's get in there. Let's get in the change room and let's have a rethink. I can tell you Mr. Kenny Ball, the headmaster of SACS at the moment, would be a delighted man, but not one to count his chickens too early. And he won't read too much into this first half. He knows Selborne will be coming back strongly.
I agree, Stephen. If you're within a score to put you within 7 points, you're actually always in the game. It takes a minute or 2 minutes to score 2 tries, and anything can happen. And Selborne have shown that they can beat top sides.
I can tell you these boys from the Eastern Cape, they won't lie down, as we've seen in the earlier games. Twice down and out and twice come back to win. So maybe just adjusting to the big occasion, away from home, and the nerves hopefully settled by now.
But they missed the line out there, so SACS, with 2 minutes to go, this could be a killer blow if they could get a score. Storm Balshan, the number 4. My goodness, I think I've mentioned all these SACS players' names at least 2 or 3 times. Their hands are remarkable. Zederberg again. Zimmerman. Ethan Berger popping up and fly off. The loose head prop. It's almost amazing he didn't get into the Craven Week side or even the academy team. Ethan Berger again. Big rig. Zimmerman. David Hayes. Ben Mazzallo. So Selborne, their defense is really matching up here. And there's the choke tackle again. But it's play on. Storm Balshan. So it's remarkable, Stephen, how many times that lock has got the ball.
Fortunately for Selborne, it looks like the SACS guys themselves have run out of legs at this stage. They've been throwing the ball around. They've done the majority of the running. But now a lovely little kick down the left-hand touchline goes it to touch. We're going to have a line out. Selborne to defend one more time with 50 seconds left on the clock. 10-0. I'm starting to believe they can get to half-time. They'll be encouraged by that.
They just need to make sure, Selborne, that they can hang on here. But then again, in schoolboy rugby, there's still 40 seconds of the half. Who knows? They could maybe score coast-to-coast try. You'll wait and see.
A couple of big players haven't come into the game for Selborne at this stage. Maybe a couple rusty. They'll find their feet. They'll settle down. And 25 seconds left on the clock. Important to secure this line out here. And maybe once again, just play it safe and look for the touchline.
Mix up here.
Oh, that's terrible.
And this could be crucial.
Miscommunication from the Selborne line-out. Should have kept it simple. Maybe just thrown to 2. Put the ball into touch. Over-elaboration. Miscommunication. And another opportunity for SACS.
So what will SACS do? Zimmerman. Looks like they have a trick up their sleeves here, possibly. And the captain, David Hayes, what is he signaling here? He doesn't want to have a shot at goal. So Zimmerman gives it to Ethan Berger. SACS like to play with the ball in hand. Back on the inside of Michael Abrams. And they've lost it forward. So they say a good night nurse through a 3-pointer. Wow. And that first off, I think Selborne, Stephen, have done very well considering that they got a yellow card to their captain. Leaked no points really during that phase. They're still in this game.
Absolutely. You can never write a Selborne team off. I think that would be at your own peril. And certainly at 10-0 down, maybe SACS would look at them and go, look guys, we should have been 15 to 18 points up there. And Selborne will obviously be very encouraged by the fact that they managed to only leak 1 try, having defended for so much of that half. Both teams, I think, are relieved to high-paced game, high intensity. Both teams relieved to have a little bit of refreshment and a half-time break.
I can't emphasize it enough, but Selborne have done really well because SACS have had so much ball. I think each player has touched the ball at least on average 3 times each. It's going to be an interesting second 30 minutes. Selborne will sniff their chance.
They're taking it. I can see the Selborne guys there very focused in their camps right now, trying to get a breath, taking in some wise words from the coaching staff. Mr. Taylor been here many times before. Josh Fowles, assistant coach, former South African Sevens rugby player himself, and 100 caps for Border in his day. They won't be too upset with that performance. They know it's early days. They know the boys are a bit nervous. But I'll tell you what, they defended with everything they had.
We're going to take a few minutes break. It's been a wonderful first half of rugby. Selborne defending well, SACS attacking well. We'll catch you shortly.
He's bought the newspaper from Jabu on his way to work for as long as he can remember. Always the same corner, the same time, only the front page changes. They debate the most important matters in the world until the robot turns green. Protect your future memories by ensuring the one thing that keeps your conversation going, your income. Follow the link to learn more about Liberty's income protection. Liberty, the advantage of knowing. Their romance started with love notes, then texting. And even now that he's hundreds of kilometers away, they stay close, one video chat at a time. Protect your future memories by ensuring the one thing that makes your connection possible, your income. Follow the link to learn more about Liberty's income protection. Liberty, the advantage of knowing.
As we await the second half, we can just see a few highlights of the tries here. Ethan Berger flinging it out there to Geordie Hop. And yeah, Stephen.
Easy enough to finish that one. They had the numbers. They went over in the corner. Selborne struggling to get their defensive lines in order. I mean, when you've been turned around that much with ball in hand, it can seem rather desperate from time to time.
And you were talking about that the Selborne team has quite a lot of pressure on them, considering that they have 11 Craven Week players in this team. That's great pressure.
Well, I was going to say, you know, there's a few places in the world where the cities are bigger than the country they're from. And I can tell you, Cape Town's one and New York's probably the other. But in terms of schoolboys, schoolboy rugby and schools, I could say that maybe Selborne is bigger than the city they're from too. So with that comes a massive amount of pressure and a lot of hope for the Eastern Cape from East London. You know, if you ask the Cape Townians about, they say, where do you go to school? You say Selborne, they go, oh, PE. So certainly Selborne on the map, just not East London quite as yet, but we hope to get there sometime.
So David Hayes is going to get the second half underway. It's been a good performance by him so far. Popped up a few times at scrum off. And this time, number 22, watch out for number 22. He's on the field for SACS. Solani, it's actually Cabello, Mokwena. And Zimmerman flings it out. Bolshin doing well. A little bit of a hiccup there.
Unfortunately, the knock-on coming there, and linesman's flag is up. Ball in touch. Selborne put in. Unfortunate again there, just making a nice hit in the midfield on SACS. They're looking to put some early blows in, get some physicality into the game, grow the confidence, and start pushing SACS back with ball in hand.
So, Mark Venter, it's an opportunity to set up a platform for his side. He finds Nevin Hayson, and that ball's gone straight to ground. SACS looks like they legally collapsed that, but it's really stuck in there at the moment. Mitchell Connerton is going to have to dig really deep for this. He finds his 5 good hands, great hands there. And here's Kushlane. Actually, it's not. It's Kamlashe there, the number 13. Number 16 is on the field there, Cody Else.
And there he goes again, Mark Venter. He stood out for Selborne this far, plenty of carries, but he's been held up again in midfield. SACS doing well there, holding it up. The ball does move forward. It's now gone to ground, but it looks like he's been turned. And deservedly, SACS get the put into the scrum.
And again, it's their secret choke tackle, which is not really a secret anymore because they've used it so many times. And there again, brilliant stuff there by SACS. It's a really physical encounter, Stephen.
As you said, with 11 Craven Week players in the squad, this team will be united into Craven Week. They know each other and they know each other well, but they're certainly going to have to lift their performance here for Selborne today against SACS.
Also, it's amazing that not more of these SACS players have made the Craven Week side. They've got plenty of talent, and that's shown by how well they've done this season. David Hayes, Geordie Hop on the dummy switch. Hayes takes it up himself. Zimmerman, calm and collected, finds his number 5, Sean Manar. Decent ball here for SACS. Geordie Hop, now what will he do? Simple pass by him this time. He has Ethan England. Had a good game, Ethan England, coming in for Kalipa. Zimmerman, here's Josh Barrett, Basil as they call him, the tight end prop. And that's a good run by him. Zimmerman, David Hayes, watch Mokwena on the inside. And somehow SACS still have the ball. Abrahams, the fullback, in centre field. Selborne have got the turnover and they've got the penalty opportunity for them, Stephen.
Just coming out here in the second half, SACS not executing at the same pace with the same decisiveness and intensity as they did in the first half. Both sides still trying to find their breath. And that looks like an exceptional touch finder, which now gives Selborne an opportunity on the attack, 22-meter line, SACS territory to put the ball in. And it's important that they take this early momentum and get some points on the board.
Agreed, Stephen. Any form of points that they can get you will put them right back in the game. Whether it's a 3-pointer, a 5-pointer, or a 7-pointer, it's an opportunity just outside the 22.
I'd like to see this go to the centre of the line out and maybe get a maul going, try and work their way towards the SACS goal line, and just execute with a little bit more precision. No need to over-elaborate, just get some possession as they go to the middle, but no, over the top.
And there's Nishan Naidu, what a run by him, and that's great hands. What a run there by Naidu. Zimmerman, he's wrapped up in the tackle by Kushlane.
Excellent work by Kushlane there. Counteract by Selborne, good.
Wonderful stuff.
Brilliant, brilliant. Lot more intensity. The Selborne guys know they've got their backs against the wall here, and they've come out in the second half with a lot more intensity and purpose. And again, as I said, I would just like to see them keep it simple for a while, keep possession, and in that way get yourself into the game. And let's see how the SACS boys are on defense. They've had ball in hand and they've run themselves off their own feet, and hopefully that'll play to our advantage slightly.
Also, Selborne have a lot of X factor in the back line. David Kutzer getting back from injury, starting to settle down. Can he deliver something? Mountford this time gives it to Yuskromov, and it's been lost. That's disappointing from a Selborne point of view. And now SACS have a free counter attack here, and there's Stompy again. It's really remarkable how many times he's touched the ball. And there's Josh Barrett's pick and go stop by the tight head prop, and it's a scrum down to SACS. So disappointing there by Selborne.
Both sides contesting well at the breakdown. Just thought that Selborne were busy getting some hands on the ball there. Some very promising moments for Selborne here, and they're starting to find themselves. They just need to find that belief now. And the big city lights of Cape Town takes them a day or two to settle in, come to terms with the world that is out there. But I'm sure they'll do that pretty soon, and it's very encouraging for me this beginning to the second half. Already 10-11 minutes gone, no score but an even contest, and the points difference only 10. So Selborne really do need to score next.
They just need to get on the scoreboard, but first they're going to have to try overcome the SACS attack. Naidu at the back, Zimmerman, David Hayes, dummy, show and go there, setting it up. Very conservative, Jack Zimmerman, Sean Manar, the number 5. Zimmerman comes right, Chad van der Loo, and that's a wobbly kick. And here's a chance for Indonesia.
Indonesia gets a touch of the ball. His jersey's still pretty clean at the moment, but it looks like Selborne are about to get themselves down and dirty as the ball comes out to Kutsa again. They go right now to Robinabe coming into the game, steps off the right. A lot more encouraging.
So Mitchell Connerman finds his prop forward, number 1, Luke Dolbach. It's a great player, is the Lucid prop. And here comes the number 16, Cody Else, crashing it up. So,
Cody Else offering immediate impact as number 16. As Selborne go quickly. Lovely move down. Mitchell Conlon down the center of the field. Will the support get there? Looking for quick ball now. Being slowed down, unfortunately, again, but they won't mind. They've got some possession. They just need to execute properly now.
They just need to get points on the board, and they're right back in it.
All the numbers are to the left.
So here they go. Kutzer fires it away. Rabbenheimer back on the inside to Kushlane. Good run by the number 12.
Kushlane definitely the star performer in the Selborne backline this far. As again it now gets taken up by Nivenason. He's once again held up. Looks like he's going to get to ground. The big boys are lining up in midfield here. They want to bash it up, and there's the penalty.
Decision time, Stephen. Will they go for goal? They'll be right back in the game if they can execute. Decision time for Captain Andre Rust.
I certainly think it's time to get on the scoreboard and get those nerves out of the system, because there's a lot of encouraging play from the Selborne side now. A fairly easy kick if you could ask for one in rugby. Just to the left of the uprights, an opportunity to get Selborne on the board, and a 10-3 with 22 minutes left. There's not too much in it.
So, David Kutzer. This will be a testing kick for him. It's an important kick as well to register their first points of the game. 10 minutes into the second half. Can they deliver and just perhaps make SACS feel a little bit awkward, considering that SACS have had so much ball and arguably probably should have scored 1 or 2 more tries?
They had the opportunities in the first time, but in the first half. But of course, as we know, in sport as in life, it's all about momentum. And I think when the opportunities are there, you need to cash in. And this is one of those opportunities, and it's gone straight through the middle. Encouraging signs, a confident kick, and a little bit more step in the Selborne boys right now as they jog back towards halfway as the SACS boys try to find their breath.
It's all about having a sniff at victory. And it's a 7-point ball game. What a last 21 minutes we are going to have here. David Hayes. There's been some star performers on the field today. Hayes, this time.
Opts to go deep. Not much communication, but well taken in the end there by Selborne's number 4. Grant Meyer. Set up to the left, playing it deep.
Numbers here. And here they go. That's a good run by Selborne. Indonesia has to play at scrum off. It's a good run there by Kamnashe.
The Selborne midfield has looked dangerous. The limited opportunities they've had, 12 and 13 definitely crossing the advantage line. As we go wide to the right now, and again there's numbers here for Selborne.
So here they come through Jared Ramsey, and he hacks it ahead, and that's going to be a line out to SACS. So they'll be loving that. They've got the turnover and a line out on the 10-meter line.
And SACS have gone quickly again. That's not going to be allowed, unfortunately. But they've looked for every opportunity. They haven't hesitated. They've backed themselves. But one can't help but feel that right now the momentum is in a fairly even position. And I think the team that's going to score next is really going to back themselves.
You also get the feeling, though, that if the Selborne backline can get their hands on the ball, they're going to score tries. They got numbers, they got X factor, and it's going to come at some stage, surely, in this game when they're going to enjoy some good possession.
We've seen very little of the pace that Selborne do have out wide. Indonesia Afika at number 11 today, I would assume, but at 11-second flat 100 meters, we'd like to see a little bit more of the guys out wide because they've got the pace. They just need to get it out there. And SACS do look slightly stretched when the Selborne guys do have the opportunity to go wide.
So, Ethan England. And he finds Sean Minnar, Ethan Berger, Jack Zimmerman, David Hayes. This is good play by SACS. Geordie Hop. Will he keep the ball alive? This time he decides not to offload. SACS trying to gain some momentum here. Ethan Berger, the towering prop figure in the SACS side. Zimmerman. Chad van der Loo. Remarkable pass there by van der Loo. SACS seeking a hole somewhere in the defense, and Selborne have the turnover. Chances here, Stephen.
Now they've got to take this opportunity. They've got numbers to the right. Must say the defence has been much more organised in the second half this far. As Selborne now throw the ball wide. It's Robenheimer again with room to move. Are we going to see the gas out wide now?
Jared Ramsey there.
Beautiful ball to the inside. Playing it back to Robenheimer. Unfortunately couldn't hold on to it. But the game's certainly starting to open up now with just under 20 minutes left. As SACS now.
Josh Barrett taking the ball at first receiver. And SACS have got numbers on the right. But the ball is too slow. Selborne doing very well to slow that down. And possibly with a turnover. No, they don't. Here's Zimmerman. Berlin goes left. Here's Capella Mokwena trying to find a hole. It's a devastating runner. Here's Capella Mokwena.
Selborne importantly now need to keep their shape in defence. They've been superb in the second half this far. There have been no holes at this stage, making it hard for SACS. And again turning the ball over. And now the opportunity's on wide.
Robenheimer hitting the hole. And it's been intercepted by the captain, David Hayes. Selborne looking like they can break this line, but they've got to keep the ball in hand.
And again, Selborne steal the ball back. Hands on it there from the SACS boys. No, SACS Selborne still got it. And again, it's on wide on the right. Numbers on you.
Andre Rist, the captain, trying to approach the 22. Connerton goes blind. There's chances here now. This will be a vital time in the game to get a score. They'll be right back in it.
Can the Selborne boys just stay patient now and retain possession?
Good run there by the captain again, Andre Rist.
Ball comes again.
Mountford back on the inside. Selborne, can they deliver? Robenheimer sends it away to Kamnashe. Kushlane. Good run again by the number 12.
He needs support out. He's held up out wide. He needs some forwards there. Slow to get there now, the forwards. And again, it's Mark Venter that cleans up for Selborne as a ball pops out of the back of the scrum. And the big man, Cameron Moody, takes it up. But he's driven back unceremoniously.
Robenheimer at scrum off, gives it to Mitchell Connerton. Good play by Rist. This is wonderful play. A huge chance here. Jared Ramsey. Can he finish? Ramsey back on the inside. Mitchell Connerton. What a score from the scrum off. Wonderful stuff, Stephen.
Absolutely sensational. I think that's what we know the Selborne team is capable of, and it's been building up, and with a little bit of belief, good defensive structures in the second half and a little bit more possession, they're finally throwing the ball wide and it's starting to look ominous. If this kick goes over and the scores are level, you've got to say that all of a sudden with 15 minutes to play, the momentum certainly lies with the visitors.
I agree, Stephen. And it's a funny old game, rugby. Selborne were on the back foot the entire first half, and now all of a sudden they take their chances, they score, and now they've got a kick to make the scores level. And it's going to be Robenheimer who's going to have the shot at goal, the fullback.
It's going to be interesting to see whether SACS will be able to absorb the same amounts of pressure that Selborne absorbed in the first half, where they only conceded one try. And I must say, just the opportunity to finally go wide, they've kept it a secret, but I think they've just unleashed something out wide, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens from here. The kick is a good one, and I think a big part of what's happening here is Robenheimer is coming to the game.
He certainly has, and he was key in that attack. And this was just a wonderful try by the right winger. Jared Ramsey flinging it in to Mitchell Connerton. Wonderful score there by the scrum off.
Jared Ramsey also shown a clean pair of heels and a clean pair of boots. Very difficult to miss, and I hope the selectors are taking notice.
So SACS, they need to flip the switch now because the scores are level.
So they got deep to Ramsey again. The ball taken up by the big Adam Mountford for Selborne. He's a handful to contain.
Tell you what, he's more than a handful. The amount of runs he gets through in a game is remarkable. And now Selborne got a bit of momentum here. Can they sum up the situation? That's a great run by
Cody Els. He's made an impact coming off the bench here, massive impact, and I think that's what he was brought up to the field for. Just hold. Early tackle on Selborne as well, and knocking the ball down. They're getting excited. Maybe just take a breath, put it into touch. Let's have a line out. Let's play the set play, and let's start again. Big injection from Cody Els, must be said.
Replacement there as well for Selborne. They're bringing on Jordan Janse van Rensburg, who's an outside back. He's featured a lot this season.
Bit of reshuffling from the Selborne team now as the ball gets thrown in again. Beautifully taken. 22 in fact, playing at scrum half there, Justin.
So they fling it out. Kutsa, brilliant play. This is wonderful stuff by Selborne, and they've left it behind.
Maybe just a bit of over-elaboration from Robinama there. The play was on. Selborne just needing to keep their sensibility about them here. They've got the momentum. They've clearly got the skills. They've got the position, and they come again.
So yeah, they go. Andre Rist, the captain again. Oh, and that could have looked like a spear tackle there, but it's play on
left.
Kutsa.
Numbers out wide.
Kushlane taking it back into the traffic. He's had a physical game. Has Sibashle Kushlane.
Certainly been a battering ram up the midfield and been at least 2 players on him every time he's taken the ball. Selborne again, good, clean, quick ball here. The gaps are starting to open. Can SACS hold on?
Here goes Selborne. Kutsa, and here's Mountford. They got tons of numbers on the right, but he decides to go on his own.
6-man overlap to the right there, unfortunately, but now it's on again left.
Kutsa, and here's the choke tackle again. But this time,
a little bit half from my angle here, but maybe that's just my angle. Selborne with the ball again. Just a bit sloppy, getting overexcited, getting overzealous. There's no need for that. With this kind of position and momentum, they just need to keep their senses about them. And SACS turn it over.
Zimmerman goes to recover the ball, and they've got the penalty. Cederberg, tap and go. He doesn't want to kick for touch.
That
good
man
offload there.
Back in the game.
Berlin.
He's looking to light up a spark for SACS again like he did in the first half. The game opening up now. The crowd really getting excited. The noise levels have gone up. You can sense there's something in the air right now. Which way is it going to give?
Mokwena, good run by the number 22, playing on the right wing. And that's a good dummy there by Storm Bolshin. Gives it to his counterpart, Sean Minor.
Selborne with hands on the ball here. No, it's coming. It's hard to believe it's the same defensive outfit from the first half. Haven't missed a tackle and have kept their lines in defense. Very encouraging. But now a bit of momentum with SACS.
Run there by Josh Barrett, and it's been turned. It's a penalty to Selborne. Vital penalty there, Stephen.
Absolutely. Just when SACS felt they were getting a bit of momentum. And once again, it's that man that's injecting all the energy, Aaron Cederberg. He's wanting to ignite something in the SACS side. They've just been on the back foot for a while. But now we've had a swing of momentum both ways. We've had it for SACS in the first half. Second half's been Selborne. But most importantly, who will it be in the last 10 minutes? At the moment, it's sitting with Selborne. But has Robinama mistouch? It's the basic mistakes they've made today.
David Hayes, Michael Abrams. What can the SACS team do from inside their own 22? Van der Loo back on the inside. This is crazy stuff at the moment. Cederberg. Oh, look at that step, but he's met.
Absolutely been swallowed by Grant Meyer.
It's a great tackle by Grant Meyer.
Are SACS now guilty perhaps of getting carried away and trying to do too much from their own territory?
And here comes SACS. So they don't even look to kick.
And again it's Meyer, colossal figure in midfield, making the hit. And that man again, Mark Venter, always in the action.
And here comes Zimmerman. Pretty dangerous move there. The scrum off. And Josh Barrett. So SACS backing themselves from well inside their own half.
Ball needed.
Abrahams. Kapela Mokwena. He has a big chance for SACS. Kapela Mokwena.
Kapela Mokwena is a huge figure at number 22 in the SACS outfit.
Zimmerman finds Ethan Berger. So SACS, they've done well. But it could be a stolen ball, yeah? Possibly. No, it's a penalty to SACS.
Selborne need to retreat quickly. We know SACS are going to come quick, and they do so.
Through Geordie Hop. Great run there by the lock forward. And this could be interesting. Zimmerman. David Hayes with a wonderful skip pass.
Here's an opportunity to take him into touch. Oh, it's out the back of the hand. Here's a chance for Selborne if they can get it on the toe. He's kept it infield. Ball left behind. And it's going to be a SACS put in.
Do you see that chase by Luke Dalbach, the loose head prop, putting David Hayes under all sorts of pressure there, the big man?
The Cape Schools week is certainly coming alive like it has in the earlier fixtures. 10 minutes to play, everything to play for. The colossal sides from both the Eastern Cape and the Western Cape meet each other here in a head-on collision, and it's all to play for once again. It's derby days and there's 5 of them per day. What more could one ask for?
Very, very physical. 8 minutes to go. Which way is it going to go?
Bit of a concern for Selborne here as Cassie van der Merwe has spent quite a bit of time on the park, just having a check-in of number 10 over there. making sure that David Kutzer is all right to continue. Is he going to be the guy that breaks this game wide open for Selborne? Yeah. Lots of opportunities out wide. Great introductions by Robenheimer, but now it's SACS with ball.
So Chad van der Loo, the grade 12, crashes it up. SACS, well, they're sensing a bit of magic. They chuck it back on the inside to Ethan Berger. David Hayes looking on the inside. Hayes showing and going. He needs to be careful here. Selborne get a turnover. They got an opportunity to score.
Lovely little dab into the box. It's going to bounce. It's all about the bounce. And not a friendly one for SACS.
I think Selborne will be loving that. They got 7 minutes to conjure up something here with the ball in hand.
Selborne on the attack at this stage, and I think it's important now, just again, slow things down, simplify it, keep possession, wind down the clock and get into an opportunity to score. Just don't get too carried away when the opportunity is there.
Mark Venter with the throw. Can he find Nevenhuizen? And he does.
Nice
Connellan,
and simple.
Kutzer, Manford, all their key players involved in that move.
And again, the ball stolen on the ground. Brilliantly done by number 6, Craig Byland for SACS there. Absolutely brilliant, and a key steal on the ground.
It's pretty interesting. SACS not really trying to clear the ball. They're having a go from Wall inside their own half. And it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to come up with in the scrum.
Two schools with rich history. Selborne, of course, 1872 founded, encroaching on the 150 mark. SACS, of course, already passed that. Some things change, some things never will. Great tradition, great schools, and what a great advert for schoolboy rugby this afternoon here at Rondebosch.
Both sides producing famous Springboks. Brent Russell actually went to Selborne, one of my favourite Springboks of all time. And look at this. Back on the inside by the replacement scrum off. Clutie. And
it's a bit loose from SACS here. They're going to have to tidy up here. Can Selborne get over the ball and steal it? And here's the penalty. Here's an opportunity. Selborne with an opportunity to take the lead for the first time in the game with only 6 minutes left on the clock. You can see there's aching bodies. You can see there's tired players. A few guys not getting up. And this is a critical opportunity for Robenheimer to put Selborne in front versus SACS in the Cape Schools Rugby Festival.
Possibly the biggest kick in his life. He has a chance to go ahead against SACS. He's got a Sharks bursary as well. Can he execute? Can he keep calm, cool and collected?
I think he's just the man for the occasion, and if he doesn't take this opportunity, I'm sure there'll be many more for this young man. Took a little bit of time, a bit of rustiness in the first half. You could see there was a bit of doubt in his head, but that's now well and truly something of the past. And already looking forward to see what he's going to bring to us in the next game on Monday. Amazing talent. And here's his moment. Let's enjoy it.
Robenheimer. And that's a great kick. Straight through the center of the field. 13 points to 10.
Never looked like missing. That's 2 kicks Selborne have had, and both have gone straight through the middle of the uprights. If there's any breeze today, I think it's slightly in favor of Selborne. If there's any slope in the field, I think it's slightly in favor of Selborne. So I'm starting to get excited, and I'm sure you're enjoying this game with us. It could go either way. SACS about to restart, but I don't know where your money is right now, but it's going to be entertaining.
I wouldn't want to be a betting man. SACS now need to try and find a score if they can keep their proud record going here. Ethan England, they'll be hungry. Clutie, testing times for the oldest school in the country. Can they come up with the goods? They'll have to score.
Made an impact, Justin, since he's come onto the field. Beautifully contesting that kickoff.
Wonderful stuff there. Clutie, David Hayes, Chad van der Loo. He's ran strong all game.
2 Selborne boys over the ball there. Oh, one feels that could have gone. Did they lose feet? They didn't stay on their feet, and again, it's SACS that go quickly. Selborne knocked back 10. They've got to be careful of yellow card here. Oh, that is interesting.
Cody Else, this could be absolutely vital. Interesting now. What do SACS do? Do they go and level the game, or do they go and try win
I think with 14 men against them, get level, and then you know you're playing the rest of the game with the extra man. Under the poles, it's a given that if they go for pose, you should get the 3 points here.
And they'll still have 3 minutes left to try and get another score, but
no,
they tap and go. This is schoolboy rugby at its finest, and it's big Ethan Berger. Can somebody bring it home for SACS? Only lost one game the whole season, and there's a try for Sean Minor. Can you believe it? The towering figure. He's been one of the players of the game, and that is just unbelievable by SACS. We thought they were down and out. And Stephen, it's still 2 minutes to go, but what a reply from SACS.
What can one say? They had the opportunity. They could have played it safe. Selborne one man down. SACS going quickly again. You've got to tilt your cap to this kind of rugby, and I think it's that kind of belief that sees them ranked at number 7 in South Africa right now. It's that confidence that's obviously flowing through the side. As 2 or 3 minutes to go, fair amount of time for Selborne to come back into this game, but the first sniff that SACS had in the second half, and they scored points.
It just shows you a good team. They always know if there's time, they can still win it. But having said that, there's still the good. 3 minutes to go, yeah.
Well, Selborne won't have the luxury of options as they are now 4 points behind. 2.5 minutes left on the stadium clock. 4 points, which means the only way forward for them is to score the fifer.
SACS need a clean take here to try secure victory.
Robinama goes deep pressure there, a bit of a fumble, but he holds on. The pressure is, everyone's feeling it now. Selborne backs against the wall.
A wonderful carry there by Nishan Naidu. And it's the number 4
held up
again.
Yeah, this should be a turnover for Selborne if they can hold him up.
Manages to go to ground. SACS still have it. And this time they look almost the clear, but Abrahams has other ideas. Chad van der Loo. SACS play with a lot of confidence in the ball in hand, and it could cost them.
And nope, again gets to ground. Ball available again. Fiercely contested at breakdown here. Can Selborne turn it over?
SACS still have it. Josh Barrett. It's been everywhere, this bloke, in this fixture. Good pick and go there again by another SACS player. Kluti, the replacement Shomov, is doing a wonderful job. A lot of depth. Do SACS have? Oh, that's a fumble.
The book's still allowed in the rugby. I think the book was outlawed a few years ago, unfortunately.
And a final bite of the cherry here for Selborne. What can they do?
Now they need to stay calm. 70 seconds on the clock. Stay away from the touchline. Let's set it up and let's work our way back to the center of the field. Ball being held up here, but it's gone to ground. Now will Selborne be able to retrieve it? No, they won't. Absolutely brilliant from SACS.
SACS showing why they are 7th in the country. Been very calm, even in pressure times. And now all they need to do is win the scrum and make sure they can kick it out.
The clock's counting down. Selborne one final push. One massive surge required from the pack here. No fewer than 6 or 7 Cravenby players in that pack. And I'll tell you what, if they ever needed to win a scrum, it's right now.
It's not an easy thing to do, even if you are SACS, because Selborne will be coming with a big shove here. SACS really need to get it right.
Pod's already set up. They're going to look to take it up and run down the clock. Selborne are going to look to disrupt here. They've got one final opportunity as the clock runs down. Almost a tight head, but secured by SACS.
Geordie Hop, the outside centre, the try scorer taking it up. There could be trouble here. There could be lots of trouble, but they've got it. David Hayes. This is remarkable stuff from the fly-off, David Hayes.
Slightly isolated now, looking for support. Selborne need to get their hands on the ball now in midfield. Ball presented once again, and surely that'll be it now.
That is the game. Final score, 17 points to 13. One does feel, though, that could have gone Selborne's way. It was a classic encounter. Stephen.
Absolutely, certainly a classic encounter. The boys are out on their feet. You can see the disappointment. Guys are down on their heels. They gave it everything. What a fantastic game. What a great way to showcase South African schoolboy rugby. And 2 great sides at it. And once again, they didn't disappoint. And well, must say, on the day, SACS came out in the first half. And with that initial impact that they made, getting that early lead just proved to be too much for a very valiant Selborne side. They don't have to drop their heads, and they'll come back Monday, and they'll come back stronger.
I agree with you, Stephen. I think Selborne were phenomenal in the second half, and they can hold their heads high. They played some good rugby. Arguably, if they got off the block a bit more in the first half, it could have been a different result, but I think you've got to be proud of them at the same time.
They showed a lot of encouraging signs out wide. We saw there's lots of pace and there's lots of talent and skill. I think sometimes the execution maybe just let them down. Sometimes maybe slightly overzealous as well. and I think a few mistakes. They're going to look back on today and understand that they made a few unnecessary mistakes and a couple of times maybe took the law into their own hands. And that discipline ultimately could be the difference between a winner or a loss.
And also, we've got to praise SACS at the same time. They were really, really under pressure in late stages in that second half. Mitchell Connaughton scored a wonderful try for Selborne, and then bang, there was a reply by Jean Menard, the number 5, who it's difficult to say, but if I had to go for a man of the match, it's got to be between either Storm Balshin or Jean Menard, and the number 4 and 5 for SACS. Stephen, they were incredible out there, and they were probably the difference.
That's your engine room right there, and then one can never go against that. I can tell you a physical encounter, some bruises tonight, but wow, these guys played with everything they had. So we're going to wrap it up from our side in short. I just want to say to Justin, it's been a great privilege to be able to share the commentary box with you today and have this opportunity. And yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure, Stephen. It was wonderful, wonderful game. We got to do. There's one more game left of the day. That's Rondebosch taking on Dale College. Dale ranked 18th in the country, and before that there's going to be a handover. Rugby A is going to now be named Tinky Haynes Field. The principal of Rondebosch is going to hand over the field, and it's going to be Tinky Haynes.